in the protocol, and will he practice today?
He's in the protocol, and he'll practice per the protocol, so he'll be limited.
What about Malik?
He will be limited as well.
Send Aaron any congratulations or thank you after the way that game ended. It kind of helped y'all's playoff chances.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. Like, we're so focused on us. You know, we got a lot of stuff to clean up, and we got a lot of stuff to try to get better at and improve at, and I think that's where the focus is going to lie right now.
Man, I know Jordan and Malik have a ways to go, but do you feel a lot better right now than you did 48 hours ago with where they were?
Well, I mean, not necessarily. We got to see how they progress throughout the course of the week. So by no means are they in the clear.
What does the concussion protocol look like for a quarterback? Like, is he like in all the meetings? So it's like from that perspective as a business as usual?
Listen, I'm not going to talk about out of respect to the concussion protocol. There's stuff that I don't even know, like all the hoops they got to go through. So I just feel like it's out of respect for that. I'm just not going to talk about it.
I was wondering if he was in meetings and stuff like typical. It's kind of
He was in meetings.
You know, in that game, Billings got the 2 late or personal fouls on Jordan. You could argue that the hit on Willis was maybe a little over the top. Do you guys need to protect? I mean, not protect isn't pass protect, but do you guys need to?
Oh, we need to
have
pass
his
protect
back?
better, for
Yeah.
sure.
Do you guys need to have his back a little bit better, your quarterback's back? I mean, even in the game in Denver, the safety kind of got himself up by using Jordan's head to get himself up.
Yeah, I mean, we expect all our guys to rally around our players, whether it's your quarterback or not. So I don't know what you're trying to get at, Bill, but.
Do you need to have an enforcer, maybe do some pushing? I mean, look, I understand you need to have not personal fouls, but you got 2 quarterbacks hurt in that game by questionable plays.
Sure. I mean, you know, whether it was intentional, that's not for me to say. You know, it happened. It's football. Stuff happens, and it's unfortunate, and certainly, but I fully expect our guys to stand up for one another, no matter who it is.
Now, what's your plan with Jacobs this week?
He'll be limited.
Would you consider just giving him a week off to just get right, or does playing through it is just the way that has to go about it?
Well, I wish we were in a better position to do that. If we feel like it's, you know, this is where the collaboration comes in, I think, with myself, with him, and our athletic trainers, in terms of what's best for the short term, as well as trying to weigh in the long term.
So is today, excuse me, is today a walkthrough?
Yeah, it's all jogged through today. Just kind of the state of where we're at, you know, the season. I don't think it's abnormal for teams to do that right now, but we feel like that's going to give us the best chance to kind of hopefully get some guys back and have a good practice tomorrow and the following day.
Your red,
Oh, go ahead, Steve.
your red zone efficiency was among the best in the league up to these last couple games, where obviously it's gone awry. Just what's caused the issues the last couple weeks, considering y'all are doing so well in that area?
I think everything that you can think of has hurt us. You know what I mean? In terms of some of it, you always got to give credit, I think, where credit's due, and there's some things that teams have done that kept us a little off balance. So, like, yeah, there's certainly some times I wish we had a better play call, and then there's times where we have to absolutely execute better, and we got to focus and finish. Whether it's a block, whether it's finishing with the ball. I mean, we had a turnover. I mean, we've had penalties. Like, you can't. Those are drive-stopping plays, obviously, and you can't have those down there, period. You can't have them anywhere, but especially when it gets, the tighter you get, the harder it is typically to punch it into the end zone. You just don't have as much real estate. Your menu shrinks down quite a bit. You want to stay ahead of the sticks. Like, if you get in those 3rd and long situations, that is tough to convert in those situations. So I just think, down in and down out, we have to be much better and more efficient to put ourselves in better situations.
What's the challenge game planning wise with the uncertainty? I realize you have uncertainty at every position most weeks, but quarterback is probably a little bit different.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, it's a challenge, but what are you going to do about it? You prepare the best you can, and put together the best plan as possible, and you try to get multiple guys ready to go in the event that they have to go into the game. But we're not doing something that, every other team has issues.
On the other side, 4 years ago, similar, Lamar went out like right before you played him, you saw Tyler Huntley. What have you seen on film from Lamar this year and from what you saw from Tyler last Sunday?
Yeah, I still see both those guys are extremely athletic. The one thing that's unique, I would say, about them versus maybe some other teams is they're gonna run their offense because both of those guys are capable of, they're beating with your arm or they can beat you with their legs. So there's a lot of similarities. I would say there's more similarities than not. Certainly Lamar's, he's been an MVP of this league, so we all know the type of talent that he has, and it's just not, those two guys, they've got multiple weapons when you talk about Derrick Henry, Zay Flowers, the tight end, both tight ends are dynamic players, so I think their offensive line is one of the better ones in the league.
On defense, besides trying to recognize the Ravens' offensive formations, do they really focus in on like Derrick Henry's style, like the stiff arms and those kinds of things that they have to be aware of in order to bring that particular?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you always, when you're going against, really, it's every team, you have a tackling plan. And certainly some guys with as dynamic as he is with that stiff arm, you better have a plan on how you're going to take this guy down. And for the most part, for most teams that are playing against these guys, it comes down to having population at the ball. You got to have a lot of hats at the ball because once he gets going, he's really tough to take down.
Now, you guys got Malik for a 7th rounder. How has he, over these last 2 years, kind of revived his career, per se, and become a guy who looks like a starter?
Yeah, I think he's done a hell of a job, man. I think it's all about his approach, how he came in here, how open he was to being coached. And, we were pretty hard on him and his footwork, and he's done an outstanding job. And it's just, I feel like the more he plays, the better he's gotten. And so it's definitely... It's great to have a guy like him that you have so much confidence in.
You talk about the Ravens being able to run their full offense when Huntley goes in. I'm assuming that wasn't the case for Malik when he played against the Colts and the Titans last year. At what point were you comfortable with him doing everything for you guys?
Yeah, I think, certainly I would say as we got later into the season, but also ultimately he just had so much more exposure to just the full gamut of what you have in your playbook by having a full off season here. I think that is absolutely critical for all players, but especially at that position. So you learn all the intricacies and detail and kind of the why you want to run what you're running. I think that allows them to go out there and execute at a higher level.
Man, fourth quarter comebacks happen every week, but with what happened, Rams, Seahawks, your game, the Lions-Steelers game, as well as Ravens-Pats, is that something that you drive home to your players even more so this week, that no game's out of reach in this?
I think that's a point that's been driven home all season long. It's just you can't let up for 1 second, because if you do, and we've seen it both ways, where it totally impacts the game. So you just got to stay in the fight, and you got to keep swinging until they tell you to stop swinging.
How are Zach and Evan progressing coming into the week?
They're doing better.
What'd you think of with Javon, the season he's put together for you, and then also, last week had to go back and play in safety again after, seeing the slot as much as he has this season?
Yeah, I think it speaks a lot to him, just his ability. He's a hell of a football player. The play style's on point. I think there are some similarities between when you're talking about the nickel position and then playing the safety, but to go out there and do it, especially for a young player, I think is pretty remarkable. But, Bull, one thing you know about him is you're going to get his all every time he goes out on the field.
Matt, what did you see from Jordan Morgan when his play at tackle?
Yeah, I thought there was a lot of good things. Is there things that we have to clean up? Absolutely, there always is. But, I thought it was encouraging by and large for the most part. I know he had the one play at the end of the game, which is unfortunate. But all in all, I thought it was pretty solid.
On that What could he have done to not lose his balance? Engage with that player sooner?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to sound like an excuse. His foot got tripped up, and it's just one of those plays that can't happen. I think it goes back to the point of not that I'm not saying or trying to insinuate that he was relaxing by any stretch, but it just goes to the point that you can't take a breath, and you just got to be dialed in, focused. Especially you talk about critical moments of the game. End of the game is where you have to be just go out and execute to the best of your ability in terms of the fundamentals, the details, your aiming points, your timing of your punch, all of the above, and certainly didn't do it in that case.
With Colin Oliver, is he ready to contribute, or is it just a case where you want to get him some more practice time here?
Well, I think that'd be a little premature to say that he's ready to contribute. Does he have promise? Absolutely, he does. I think just watching him practice all last week, you see why we took him, and I just think he needs more reps. But in the event that we need him, early showings are promising.
Is Josh Wiley ready to practice, or are you going to have to add multiple guys at tight end this week?
Well, he'll be limited as well.
Having the plan for everything, if your top two quarterbacks can't go, I assume Toon is part of the plan?
Absolutely, yep. And he's been here. He's been doing a great job. He's been traveling with us on the road. He's got a pretty good grasp. He's a smart guy. He attacks it the right way. He spends a ton of time with Sean Mannion post-practice, trying to get extra reps, trying to work on his fundamentals and technique. I think he's done a really good job when he's gone in there. We've been doing these periods post-practice, more for, I would say, developmental periods for some of those guys that are on the P squad or guys that aren't getting as much time, and you're just calling your plays. So that's been good experience for him and watching him go out there and compete against our defense.
Two more, please.
Who's leading the charge in that, the post-practice development?
What do you think?
Yeah, Micah Parsons obviously unable to finish the season on the field, named to the Pro Bowl today. By all accounts, behind the scenes, he's been as valuable as on the field for your defense. What do you think about the accolade he got, and do you need him around the team as soon as he can to help these guys from a mental
Yeah, I mean, Mike has been, since the day he's walked in this place, I think he's got a very infectious personality. I don't know, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, I don't want to speak for anybody in this room, but I think he's fun to talk to. He brings a great energy. And then his play style, when you cut on the tape, man, it's on point. It's exactly what we want. So since the day he's set foot in this building, he's been A+.
Yeah,
having his surgery.
Put Malik Willis on the field, he's produced.
Mm-hmm.
So why haven't you used him in a package to throw people off on the last?
Certainly that's a fair question, Spoon. I do think it's one of those deals where, I mean, going back to a year ago, we did have a 2-quarterback package in the last game of the regular season. Obviously didn't really get much of a chance to deploy that, but I think it's always tough when you talk about when you have a guy that you feel like is a franchise quarterback. It's hard to take him off the field. Certainly it's been discussed, but you typically want the ball in his hands.
To be clear with Micah, do you expect him to be back in the building helping you guys at all the rest of the season?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he should be back here tomorrow.
Has he had his surgery?
He has not. He just had a baby. So I don't want to, sorry if I'm breaking news, Micah, but congratulations to him.
Will he have it at some point soon, or is there more stuff that he's got to go through first?
It's going to be very shortly.
Matt, so you had the guys in Sunday, and then they were off yesterday, and then they're in today, obviously.
It feels like Wednesday, doesn't it?
It does. But, you talked a little bit about adversity after the game. What has your messaging been to them? Because you do need, as much as Saturday night sucked, you need to win another one.
Yeah, absolutely, and that is the message. Matter of fact, when we came in this morning, had all the position coaches as well as the units, they cover the tape, and typically I cover that within for a second time within the team meeting, and we put it to bed prior to coming to the team meeting, and it's like, hey, our sole focus is on the Baltimore Ravens, and we've got to find a way to get a win, bottom line. So, and I do think that the energy and enthusiasm that you attack the day with plays a big part in that. So I thought we had good energy this morning. Certainly it's more of a mental day today in regards to just how we're practicing, and but the meeting structure and all that has been pretty much the same, and it's just how we're practicing. And then tomorrow we'll get back more into our normal routine, with tomorrow being like a typical Thursday.
Thank you, guys.
All right, have a good one, guys.